Online, am I audible? Online, am I audible? Can you hear me, ma? Good, good. Let me share it.
This meeting is being recorded.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good. How are you all? Fine. Nice. I'm good. Now let's see what we have discussed in the previous classes. Now, in the last week we discussed JavaScript fundamentals. We discussed TypeScript. We discussed basic first Angular and data binding. I will just show you what we have discussed one more time. Go here, Visual Studio Code. Let me open folder. Open folder. Angular 2 p.m. Now. Good. In the last classes, we discussed what we discussed. I will just give you a glance one more time, sir. We discussed JavaScript revision, everyone. We have completed TypeScript. We have completed Angular introduction. We have completed Hello World and Project Flow. Last class we did data binding, and one more time we will do data binding. Okay? Okay, ma? Now, before we start, let me start with a small story, as it is Monday. Now, once upon a time, there was a marine biologist. The marine biologist works in the seas. Okay. What this marine biologist did, he just take a big fish tank. He take a really large big tank, and in that big large tank, he put one kind of shark on another one side, and he put small fishes on the another side. He put so many small fishes on the another side, and he put one big shark on one side of the fish tank. He put really a strong glass in middle of this particular. Obviously, by seeing this glass, as it is can't see the glass in the water, the shark wants to eat the small fishes. The shark goes to the small fishes, and it used to hit the glass every time. How much hard the shark hits, the glass never broke. The glass is so strong. The glass is so strong that the shark can't try. Every time the shark tries again and again and again and again. It tries for a week, and still it did not break. After a week, the biologist removed this particular glass. But after a week, the wonder is, even if it removes the glass, still the shark did not touch the small fishes. The reason is, the shark thinks there is a glass between them still. The shark thinks that there is a glass. If I try, I will fail it again. In our life also, so many times we try some things. When we try our things, obviously the setbacks comes to us. The moment we get a setback, we feel it like we will get it the same failure one more time, and we stop trying it. That is really a bad thing. Imagine you try Angular. First time you get it errors. Second time when you try, you won't get that error. But still our mind will say it like, no, if you try it, you will get the same error. When you run first time, maybe you lose the race. But second time you may win, third time you may win, maybe thousandth time you will win. You went to one interview, you failed. Second interview, you failed. Thousand interview, you will pass. No worry, you will get it your particular job. But our mind will automatically tell us, you don't need to go. Anyway, it's waste of time. The moment you give up, that itself your failure. So never give up. Try it again and again. 99% of the people stop at 99th step. And the 100th step is the winning one. Is it clear, ma? Online, is it clear? Yeah. Good. Let's start, sir. Let's see one more time how to do this particular angular one. Data binding. In Angular, when you create a component, when you create Angular component, Angular components, the Angular components will contain 4 files basically. Angular components contains 4 files basically. In that 2 files are very important. One is called template file. What is the one is called? Template files are also called HTML files. HTML files are also called template. Or the second one, components files. Components files will have a class which is a TypeScript file. You write some data. For example, I created one variable inside the TypeScript. I want to print this variable in here, or I click one button, automatically I should come here. How do this data flows from template to component or component to template is called data binding. What is it called? The first step to learn Angular is to learn the data binding. Now data binding, you can do it in one way, like either TypeScript will tell to HTML or TypeScript HTML tells to the TypeScript, component to template or template to component. Or you can do 2 ways. At a time, both will speak. We will do all, don't worry. Okay. Now, for this, let's start your first application. How to start your application, sir? Everyone tell me. I wanted to start first Angular. Tell me what to do. Terminal, new terminal. Terminal, new terminal. In new terminal, I am having here PowerShell. Tell me what I have to take. Command prompt. I have to take here. Very good. Good. I am in command prompt here. Now, in command prompt, tell me which folder I am in. Here, what is the folder I am in? Angular 2PM. But I wanted to go inside the code. CD space code. CD space code. CD means change directory. Correct. Imagine you are not having code folder. Will you write CD code? No. Very good. Last class also some people again tried it the same thing. Don't be blind. Okay. Now here CD code. Nice. Next, sir. Now I wanted to create one application. How to get it whole Angular application? You can even see it also if you don't know. ng new app name. Very good. Already, if you see, I created one application called data binding 1. Anyway, I will try it one more time. Data binding one way I will create it. Data binding one way I am creating. ng new data binding one way. What that is the name? That is the name. Space dash standalone equals to false. Now, if you don't give this dash dash standalone equals to false, you won't get the module files. But I wanted to get the module files, which is old syntax of Angular. Okay, so to learn that we need modules. To get the modules, you should put it dash dash standalone equals to false. Good. Online, any doubts you can mention it, ma. This is before Angular 17. Now here, tell me. CSS I have to select. Then what I have to select? Yes or no? You can put yes or no, both will work, but no prefer. I will prefer no. Why? Because if you select yes, it will create some more folders. Okay. Online, any doubts here? Online, you can mention in the meanwhile if you get any questions. Good. Someone is like, in my VS Code command prompt while creating app CSS is not selecting. Then what is command? What it is coming, Harshad? Something. It will install automatically. The application is not working. That means Angular is not installed clearly. Maybe take it here. It will work, application. Someone is like CSS coming but not selecting. Just click enter, Ray. You can use arrow keys to select CSS, correct. Just click enter, it will work. In the meanwhile, I will update it. These are the last week 6 classes. I will just give that all 6 classes also into that particular GitHub. You can take it. My GitHub, they will have it actually. Okay, finally installed, sir. Now clear. Now tell me what I have to do now. CD, very good. Sir, some people are writing it here only ng servo. How do you go? First you should go to that folder na. If you are not in that folder, how it will run that file? Now I should go into that folder. Which folder my code is there? See, data binding one way. So I should go cd, data binding one way. Now here, type it here, ng serve. You can write directly yes also. Ng space serve space dash o. It will run my first application. Yes or no? Yes. Simple. Online previous class recordings are already in the chat box. You can take it. See it here. O means open, correct. If you don't give O also it will work, but you should open on your own. Any doubts here? Is it done everyone till now? Now till now I hope everyone clear. Believe me, if you do it one time now, you will remember it for lifetime. But if you don't do it, if you are like just listening to the class going, after certain days, it will be difficult for you. Every task which we did, I gave it the notes also. In that ng serve and all also we write it. Okay. Now, I am just telling what we discussed one more time. I just click here ng serve commands. The commands which we discussed are, first command is ng new app name dash dash standalone equals to false. Then next, second we did it for running the application ng serve dash o. See, cd specific folder ng serve dash o. And then if you are building the application, means you are putting your website into the live, then you will use ng build. What you will write? Anyway, I will show it to you one more time. Your application always runs in the localhost 4200. Nice. Don't disturb this always. If you wanted to use command prompt, use it separate one. That one will always run automatically. Now, go here, data binding. Now, which folder I have to go, ma? SRC, very good. In SRC, where I have to go? App, very good. In app, which file I have to go? app.component.html, correct? app.component.ts I'm taking script. So I'm taking, there is one component called app. In that app component, 4 files will be there. One is app.component.html, one is app.component.type.css, app.component.typescript, app.component.spec.ts. Spec is for the thing. छोड़ दो. CSS is for styling. They are also not important. Two are important. One is the HTML called template. What is also called? Another one is a TypeScript, also called component file. Now see, did I write anything on my own? No. By default, they will give whatever code you wanted to write. You will write it always code inside this class. Inside this class, you will write it always your code. Because your logic, this is the logic. For .NET people, you can understand this as something like controller. Okay, your logic. Now, this is the main HTML, what you will see. Now, I am just deleting everything in HTML. Now, nothing will show on the screen because nothing is there. I'm writing H1. Hi, everyone. I'm writing, my name is N. If I print it, what will happen? Anyone tell me? Hi everyone, my name is N. If I go here, write it here. N means Prasad. If I write N value, now see, there is a variable N in TypeScript. What is the N value? If I go here, I want, hi everyone, my name is N. Will it print that Prasad? No. No. But I wanted to print that Prasad. Then you will put it in the double braces. Now, anyone bolo, what is this double braces is called? String interpolation. What is it called? Sir, I wanted to give any value which you can give it using this string interpolation. String interpolation, how it will work? It will take it anything from the TypeScript and it will think it as a string and it will present it into the HTML template. Can I give image? Obviously. Who said no? Let's go here. IMG. I will go here. I will take one image. Let's go here. Shinchan. Type it here. Go here. Open up here. Open up here. Copy this. Not correct. Why it is not opening correctly? Let it open. Now correct. Go here. Paste it. No, I don't want to paste it here. I will say one variable. Everyone see image URL equals to some string. I have one image URL. That image URL having a string and that string is some image link. Right or not? Now I will go to this HTML. I will say image URL. Now you go here. Normally in IMG tag SRC you will give directly image. Na? But what I'm giving, I'm getting that value from the CSS. Sorry, from the TypeScript. From the TypeScript. So TypeScript is giving the value to HTML. This is string interpolation. Any doubts? You can put it inside the quotation also, it will work. That quotations will not be considered. Okay. Now, any doubts ma here? Online or offline? Any doubts here? I can even split the screen. This is the HTML code. This is the TypeScript code. Data is coming from here to here. But what if, sir, I wanted to come from here to here? Can I get it? That is called event binding. What is it called? Because HTML will create some events. That events will be connected from HTML to TypeScript or template to component. They call it different ways. In HTML, you gave some value. Whatever you gave it in HTML, that value should come to the TypeScript. How do you do that? Let's go here. I will put here one button. Click me. Go here. If anyone click this button, I wanted to run one function. Sir, create one function. In normal JavaScript, sir, you will write it let var const or you will write it function something. But inside the class, you will never use function keyword. Okay, because class they will not call functions. Class we will call it as methods inside the class. Okay, Java people will know that. In class we will call it as methods only. Even in .NET they call methods only. Okay. So now here someone is asking image you are not string type dekho. I did not give types, but actually image is string type only na. All are string types only. Two things I gave string interpolation is actually strings only it will take. Any doubts? Any doubts my here? No. Sir, let me write it one function. I'm writing one function. Function is like change, 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 change. In this change, I am writing it here. This dot n. This dot n. What is n value? This dot n value? Till now, what is this dot n value? Anyone tell me? Prasad. This dot n value will be Prasad. But I am changing it. This dot n Shinchan. Now, if I call change method, what will happen? Anyone bolo? If I call change method, what will happen? Then n value will become the Shinchan. If n value becomes Shinchan, obviously in the screen I am printing hi everyone, my name is n. So that also n value will become to Shinchan. So in your screen, whatever the value is there, it will change now. In normal HTML JavaScript, if you are doing this, you will do document.getElement by ID, you will select it, text content you will change. But here you are directly changing the variables. All you have to do is event binding, you will put here braces. Always events binded with parenthesis. Events binded with the parenthesis. Now, what is the event name? Anyone tell me what is the event name here? On click na? On click bole the click. Click is the event name. Click is the event name. So I will write it here click. Because there are different events. Click, change, input, select. On double click is also there. Okay, so many are there in normal HTML and normal JavaScript. Click. If anyone click this, then call the change. Barabar. Any doubt? Go here. Click this. How much easy it is? Isn't it? Always it's very easy when you do it. Go here. Now, let me go here. Let me put it. Doraemon. Now, I will go here. I will just take this. Open in a new tab. Copy. Now, I will do some code. You guys guess what will happen. Everyone. Now, inside this link, if anyone click change, I am writing this dot image URL. I am writing this dot image URL equals to, I am giving this Doraemon ka image. Now anyone guess what will happen if I click this change button? What will happen? Very good. Then image will also change. Obviously it's true. Any doubts, ma? I hope you are getting it. I will do one more. I will do one more. Think clearly. Think clearly. Now, what I can put? Name not changed. Name will change, na? See? Name Prasad. Name Shinchan. I gave wrong name because it's my code mistake. I should give name as Doraemon. Now go here. Any doubts? Now, I will give you one task. Online one person gave me one task. I wanted you to think. Think slowly. I will have one button now. If I click this, Doraemon should come. Doraemon name is there. Correct. If I click it again, Prasad should come. Shinchan should come. If I click it again, Doraemon should come. If I click it again, Prasad should come. You understand task? Huh? No, same button should work. Another button is good logic, but I wanted same button like the dark light mode. Right? Think online few people answered it correctly. Online some people answered it. Some people are thinking why look wrong. Switch is right, good. More easiest one is if else. What is that? Now what you will do? If check it here. Now if anyone have doubt, you can ask. You can see this. If the moment you go here, you will check if this dot name n is equals to Prasad. If this dot n value is Prasad, if it is Prasad, na, then change it. In someone is saying it like in JS we do DOM toggle, but DOM toggle is for only class name, not for values. Now else change it back. Else case, I will put here Prasad. Sir, if it is a name Prasad sir, change to Doraemon image. If it is not Prasad sir, then change it to Prasad. See how much simple and how much beautiful, how much big things you can make. Even simple one, you can make it big things using this. Now देखो. Any doubts, ma? Angular is quite easy if you know HTML, HTML and CSS. Simple. Basic JavaScript. To the people who don't know if else, it's difficult. Most people knows it anyway. Anyone have question in this? Online, anyone have any question, ma? No, no question. Very good. Now, but there is one problem here. There is one problem here. Imagine here this button. I wanted to give. Let's give one button is there. This button only. Let's give here disabled. Do you know this disabled in HTML? What is this disabled will do? Anyone tell me? If I give disabled for a button, anyone tell me? Button will not, like you can't click. It's like it won't work, right? Now देखो, it will disable the button. Can I click it? But sir, I am doing some kind of trick here. I wanted to give this dynamically. If I give clickable something, I'm giving one value, clickable equals to true. I will give here disabled equals to clickable. Now everyone see, clickable is true value na? That means disabled is true na? If disabled is true, go here. Can you click them? No, disabled is true. So automatically you can't click them. Correct. It's working nice. But now see the problem. Disabled equals to false. Now, sir, disabled is false. Now anyone tell me what should happen? If disable is false, what should happen, sir? Button should work na? That is only the logic. Imagine somewhere in backend they said it like button is now clickable. Now you write it one logic here or clickable false. So it should work now. Button should work. Now देखो. Is button working now? See here button is working now? No. Someone is like clickable there mean is there mean true. देखो. Clickable is one value. Something value. Take it any value. C or clickable. Don't get confused what is mean by clickable, sir. No. Clickable is one variable. What is the clickable value? False. That means disabled equals to false. If disabled is false, what it should become? Disabled false means you should click them. Directly write it. I will do it directly. देखो. ये छोड़ दो. Directly लिखो. Now बोलो. Disabled equals to false. Now you go here. If I put it here, disabled false. Why it is? It's not working. See, when I give here disabled false, it's not working. But I wanted to make it work. How you will go? If I give here disabled equals to clickable, it's not working. Why it is not working, sir? Because when you are giving string interpolation, sir, always string interpolation will take the value as string, as the, sir, am I passing string value? Everyone tell me, is it a string value, ma? What is the data type there? Boolean. What is the data type? Sir, when you are giving boolean, but it will take it as string. All strings are by default true. That's why it is taking true. Now I wanted to pass one value from TypeScript to HTML, but that is not a string. I wanted to pass any another value except string. I wanted to pass any another value except string. That is called property binding. What is it called? We will write it now. Property binding. If you are using property binding, sir, always string interpolation will take string only. For that, if you are using it here, write it here, properties. Property binding, you should keep the property inside square brackets. inside square brackets and write it the name. Now you go here. Now can you see button is clickable now? Why button is clickable now? Because here false. If I give true, not clickable. If I give false, it's clickable. That means, sir, boolean is passing as boolean only. Earlier, boolean is also passing as a string. String interpolation will pass values from TypeScript to HTML, but it will pass it as a string. Sometimes I wanted to pass the values as it is. So people will use something called property binding. Sir, can I use property binding for SRC? Yes, you can use it. Can I use property binding for alt? Yes, you can use it. Can I use property binding for this n? No, you can't use. That double quotation n is outside the properties. Na? When you are giving any properties value, attributes value, better use property. If you are specifying it something called here, then writing outside is you will put double quotation. Someone is confusing, someone is getting confused. Sir, if you give boolean kuch hota, dekho, you are writing boolean in TypeScript. Whatever you write, it don't care. HTML will get it only string if you use string interpolation. Now see, this one, it's getting us as a string. It will come it as a string. Every value, whatever string interpolation is coming, it will take it as a string only. I wanted to give boolean value, so I will use property binding. What I will use, ma? Good. We'll make a note and we'll come back it one more time. Go here, data binding. We'll just make a note of property binding and we'll come back again. Now focus here. Last class, we discussed one-way data binding, which is string interpolation and event binding. Next one, continuation, sir. Continuation. In one-way data binding only, continuation. Property binding. String interpolation. String interpolation always, string interpolation always takes the values from TypeScript component to HTML or template as a string, no matter what its type, actual type. So it is recommended to use property binding for all the properties from TypeScript to HTML. You can see it, sir. Last ones. Property binding uses square brackets to wrap properties or attributes. Example, I will write it here, app.component.ts. If you see here, every time in example, I am writing TS file and HTML file so that you will understand it. In TS file, you will usually write it. You don't need to do this class and all. Export class, app component. Inside this, URL equals to https://www.google.com or something like is required true true. Then app.component.html app.component.html. I'm writing it here inside this. I will write it here anchor tag href equals to URL with me input tag input type equals to text required equals to is required. Now everyone, now understand code. Tell me what is output. Anyone understand this code and tell me what is the output. First one, HTML only देखो, HTML. First it will print anchor tag. It will print anchor tag, right or not? If I click that anchor tag, where I will go? Where I will go? Google.com. Right now? I use there directly like string interpolation, yes. But this one, trouble. Second, the input type. Now, bolo input type, what happened? Input type is text. Then, what more is there? Required. If you give required true, anyone tell me what will become required true means? Required true means what it will become? That will become mandatory, na? Right or not? You know that in HTML you will do that mandatory to insert. Now, if I give is required, imagine I give false. What will happen automatically? Not required. Optional. Online, whoever are not trying it, focus here. So online, whoever are not getting it, they go. Here, whatever the values he gave, that values will come here. If you wanted to get property, you need to put that property name in square bracket equals to value name. So that this whole value automatically will come here. Then something called is required. It is false. If is required is false, that means it is false. Required is false, that means it's option. It is not mandatory now. Right or not? If is required is true, it will become mandatory. So dynamically you are creating one value now. See, in our code I did button, here I did input. कुछ नहीं होता. Online, any doubts? Online, any doubts? Someone is like in the anchor tag URL also you can try in the Square bracket in the parenthesis also you can do, sir. Someone is writing it like, why don't I write it like this? Yes, you can do like that also. You can remove the square brackets and you can put this also. But that is not recommended. Understand what is the use of each one. For example, this text I wanted to write. Inside text. Is inside text is the property, ma? No. Inside text is a normal text. I can put anything. In that values, you will put it that string interpolation. Properties, you will use property binding. Inside text, you will use the string interpolation. Events, you will use the event binding. Total 3 ways are there which will communicate one-way data binding. There are 3 ways. One is string interpolation. Another one is event binding. Third one is property binding. But understand this also. Understand this also. Not here. Let me show it here only. When you have HTML, when you have TypeScript, HTML to TypeScript, what is the binding name? Anyone? HTML to TypeScript. Anyone tell me what is the name? HTML to TypeScript. Anyone name? Event binding. What is it called? Correct. TypeScript to HTML, two bindings are there. What are they? String interpolation, property binding. Two are there. Both are from the TypeScript to HTML. Are you getting my point, ma? Getting my point? Now, good. Now, let's start it, sir. Let's do this. Let's do more. Now, I will give you one small task. You try that task on your own. Okay? Now, go here. Sir, HTML to TS is event and the TS to HTML is PB and SI. Am I right? Yes, correct, Usha. I will give you a small task. You think about it. Event binding only click is there or any another events are there? I think so many events are there, you know, na? On click is there, on change is there, on input is there. You have so many, na? Now, mostly people use click, that's it. Nothing will happen. Now, go here. Put it here, one input. Here, one input. Now, here, submit button is there. By default, button is disabled. By default, button is disabled. And second one, online some people were asking it like why it is recommended to strip property over the string. Again, I'm telling it. If you are using string, string will not give it everything as string only. But I wanted to pass boolean value. I wanted to make button disabled, enabled. Disabled, enabled, true or false is a boolean, na? But string interpolation cannot send boolean values. You are writing one anchor tag, sir. Normally, how you will write tag? Anchor tag href equals to some link you will write and you will write it some text inside, something like click me. This text, whatever you are writing inside, always this text is something string only. This can be done with string interpolation. String interpolation should be done whenever it is 100% string. Usually for the text. But here href is a property, na? Right or not? href is a property of the tag. If you are writing for a property, sir, keep it in the property binding. If you are writing it for a string, sir, normally inside, sir, can I give it here property? ये क्या property नहीं है ना? Inside the string, like anchor tag inside Prasad, I write. If I click on Prasad, automatically something will happen. But that's not string, so you can't write it. Are you getting my point, ma? Okay, good. Oh, shit. Now, let me give it to you one more time. Give here input box. You should do it, sir, now. Everyone, you should do it now. Input box. One button. Sub. It is a button. Now, I will give you small conditions. By default, button is disabled. Second, if input name is or input value is Prasad, you will write something in that input. Whatever you write it there, if that is Prasad, automatically enable the button. Do you know event object? How many of you know e.target.value? Okay, then show those. Okay, you are not that much advanced. I think JavaScript you need to learn so much anyway. I will tell you another small thing. Write it here. Name. It should print some names. Prasad. Something like. It should change the names. I have 4 names. Prasad, Shekhar, John, something like Philip. Now, anyone think of logic. You have 2 buttons, one H1 and 2 buttons. 2 buttons. First button is change. What is the first button? If I click change, na, H1 first name Prasad will be there by default. If I click change, na, Prasad should change to Shekhar. Prasad should change to. If I click again change, na, it should change to John. If I click again change, na, it should change to Philip. Now, when it comes to Philip, whenever it comes to Philip, this button should become enable. By default, it is disabled. Someone is asking, is binding only for disable enable? Wrong. I used for required also, na. Property binding used for properties. String interpolation is used for strings. Are everyone clear with question? Online, are everyone clear with the question? Good. Online, however, people online and offline, try it. I click this button. Whenever I click this button, change. If I click the button, change. One more time. Initially, Prasad will come. If I click, Prasad will be removed. Shekhar will come. If I click this change, now Shekhar will be removed and John will come. If I click the change, now John will be removed and but sir, when Philip comes, the second button is there, na, it will become enabled. The original second button is disabled. Online, clear, sir? Online, is it clear, sir, now? Please try it, sir, now online. I will do it for you. Keep H2 and 2 buttons. Change and disabled button. Use of second button. Second button, don't use it for anything. It's just disable, enable. That's it. I'm not using it second button for anything. Okay. Disabled. Second one. And every time change clicks, change the H2. Third one, when H2 is Philip, enable second button. Please try this, sir, on your own logic. In your paper, write it HTML and TypeScript side by side. That will look good. HTML, TypeScript side by side. Please write it, sir. Online also, please try it now, sir. When you try it, I will tell you it so that you will get it easily. This is very easy. Online, can you give this task in chat? I can't type it one more time, right? You can just see it on the screen online. Online, please see these things in the screen, ma, Vidhi. If anyone completed, you can tell me. Last ones. Write it, Ray. It's not for maza. Just take an HTML and TypeScript and try it. Everyone should take their own HTML and TypeScript and try it, sir. Online also, please try it, sir. Online also, please try it, sir. When you try it, you will get it, sir, very easily. Just think logic first. Someone in the online did, Usha. It was good point logic. But Usha used nested if else. Nested if else. Usha used nested if else. And I don't recommend that. I don't recommend nested if else. Any other you can try it. Why? Because, see Usha, imagine if I give, like your logic problem is, if I give any another names, instead of Prasad or any another names, your logic will not work. It will work only for Prasad, only for Shekhar and all. It would something good. Even Namrita also did this nested if else only. I don't know why. Anyone, if they think it's a nest, whatever the solution Osha and Namrita did, they are right. They will work. But you can do better. Writing code is okay, but problem solving means I want you to think. Does anyone have any here? Offline, anyone did it already? Namrita, it's right actually, what you said. Try it, Namrita. On offline, anyone tried? Completed anyone offline? Why it is taking this much time, right? Online, please mention my, if anyone have any question, 258 people are there. I wanted everyone to write it. Sir, is Paris exists in, yes. देखो, if it is exist in JavaScript, anything exist in JavaScript is existed in TypeScript also. Paramesh. Done? Anyone? I come on this much time now. I'm giving a deadline. Another 5 minutes more. What this chota task 10 minutes is more. तो 3:10 हो गया 3:15 तक सोचो कोई डाउट है तो पूछो I will tell you if you wanted to brainstorm if you wanted to discuss tell me I will discuss with you read that question the more you read that question the more you will get it easily answer our values है प्रसाद शेखर जॉन फिलिप प्रसाद है क्लिक करे तो शेखर आता शेखर है क्लिक करे तो जॉन आता जॉन है क्लिक करे तो फिलिप आता and when it comes to Philip, the second button also become enabled. That's it. We didn't do anything. In this one example, I will get property binding, I will get event binding, I will get it the string interpolation, right or not? So that's why I'm using it. Kavya Gupta. Good logic, Kavya. That was is actually good logic. Try it. I'm just giving you question only. Think it's like you already joined the job and someone gave you task. If anyone using the ChatGPT now, you won't get it. Just before only I'm telling it to the people who are trying it. तो ऐसा नहीं वर्क होता क्योंकि चैट जीपीटी को पहला फर्स्ट यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड क्वेश्चन देन ओनली जीपीटी विल अंडरस्टैंड दैट विल टेक सो मच टाइम Namrita, I like your answer, but needs to be done clearly. Right there. Bhavya Gupta logic is correct. Right. Try to write the code. Online few people are thinking it. Remaining people, sir, 258 people, 257 people are there now. What about the remaining ones? Anyone had a question or trying offline? 3 more minutes. After that, I will do it for you. If offline anyone think their solution is correct, they can bring it to me. I will just check it. Anyone in offline? Mm-hmm. Srinivas Reddy. Srinivas Reddy, I know your logic, but it's not like great. It works. Srinivas Reddy logic is correct, but it's not great. You also used if else if. Why people love to use if else if? Because it's easy and it's dumb. If else if is the stupidest code. Eh, Children will use that. Sai Varun. Someone is using Sai Varun. I don't know. Like maybe you copied it from Google. Sai Varun. Document dot get element by ID. Who told you ID and all? Do you use document dot get element ID? No. In Angular, you will not use at all only. Sai Varun, your logic is wrong. Dipankar is actually right. Dipankar is a correct solution. But you did not implement the logic. Janavi is also right, but you did not write the code, Janavi. Use the code. Give me code, Janavi. Give me code, Dipankar. I can do. I know that you can do. I want you to do. Try it. Offline. Come on, anyone done? Done? हो गया? दे दो एक बार. No, no. अरे, can I try? Now, online. Let me start and try it, sir. It's 3:15. Now, okay. I'm opening both of my files. You can see it here. I am just removing all the HTML. Now nothing is there in my HTML. I'm removing all the JavaScript also. Commenting it. I am just commenting it, whole thing. Okay. Now, tell me, what is the first step? I need one H2 and two buttons. H2. And here what I need? Two buttons, na? Button asterisk 2. First button, click here, or I will write it here. First button, first. Second button, second. By default, second button is disabled. By default, second button is. So I will write it here, disabled equals to is disabled. Disabled. Did I create any variable is disabled, ma? Did I create any variable is disabled? No, sir. Please create it. Go here. See. Online. Can you get it, ma? Online. Everyone. See it here. Online is disabled. That's why we are learning slowly, ma. See. I'm okay with it. Now, anyone, tell me here. Any doubts here? Till now? Online also, everyone tried it. Online, anyone doubts here? अभी तक कोई doubts नहीं है because everyone tried it. You all also did this, ma? Everyone did this. Okay. Did everyone put event binding? Click equals to change. Change. Now here I write it here one method. Change. Did everyone try this also? Doubts here? No. Now most people what they did not think is I wanted to print one value and I want that value to be like Prasad, then Shekhar, then Philip, something, something. Then I wanted that particular values. If I'm sir, so you are giving four values. People are writing code. This dot name equals to Prasad. This dot name equals to Shekhar. What if tomorrow I change names? Will you go to code again change it? No, Ray. You should take it array. That is where you should think it something nicely. This guy is a Boolean guy. I'm taking one array, sir. Let, no, not let. ARR of string array equals to Prasad, Shekhar, John, Philip. See, you already think about it. Now tell me, anyone have question on this till now? I think you guys are understanding now what I'm going to do. Does anyone have any question here? No? Sir, I will take here one value n. Originally n is array of 0. Oh, sorry, this dot array. Anyone bolo? What is n value? Anyone tell me what is n value? Prasad. कोई doubt है? No? देखो here, I'm printing n value. How to print n value? Double string. See, I used string interpolation, I used property binding, I used event binding. And that's why I told you this example. Now Prasad is there now. But if I click, I should change that now. I should change. Some people are thinking I will use for loop. Why you use for loop? For loop is you are using it like 10 times. If you wanna use it, you will use for loop. Abhi for loop nahi chahiye. I will take it here. One value I. Originally I is 0. I will write it here. I plus plus. Now what is I now? Look here. If I write it I value, now what is I now? Originally 0 re. You click the button. I value क्या होता now? अरे why I value प्रसाद होता रे? I value 1 होता. Right? Right ना देखो 1 हो जाता. Now here n equals this dot n equals to this dot ARR of I. This dot I. Simple. अभी बोलो. Now if I go here, everyone see this. If I click this change button, if I click change button, what will happen? N value. Someone is like, why can't we use for loop? So here, how many times you are printing a value? One time only, na? Why do you use for loop? For loop is like you wanted to print 10 times, you will print for loop. Sir, I have one array. In that array, 4 values are there. 4 values I want to print. Then for loop use करना है. For each use करना है. If you want to print any one value only ना, why you need for loop रे? For loop बोले तो ये task repeat करने का. See, someone in online also wrong. Jahanavi is saying it like why use for each. Why? For each बोले to be using multiple times. Did I use for each here? Is there any task repeated 2 times here? Every task is one time only. Why you use for each? Most people here already knows everything which I used here. But that logic building is the important skill that most people don't have. That is what I'm speaking. Freshers are okay, but freshers are not getting this logical building. The moment you see array, you are like, yes, use for each. Why? On clicking the button, name has to change only one time. On clicking the button, name has to change only one time. Someone is like, if button is not disabled, we can use for loop. नहीं, button disabled, not disabled, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. इधर for each नहीं है, इधर for नहीं है. Why? Because if for is there, it will print multiple times. Am I using multiple times? No. Someone is not understanding line number 16. How many of you not get this line number 16, sir? And that is very easy. Because when I click this button, go here, it will come to this. Originally, what is I value? When it will become I value, what the I value will become now? Indirectly taking the first value of array. Then array of 1. What is array of 1? Shaker. Change the value as shaker. If I click the button one more time, what will happen? Array value will become 2. Then when it will become 2, what is the n value will become? Again, if I click one more time, what will become? Philip. Then what the array value will become? Right or not? But sir, you remembered one thing. If value n value is Philip, you have to do something. What you have to do, ma? Enable. Sir, if n value until it gets false. Now, if this dot n is Philip, my logic is if it is Philip, sir, why to use Philip? What if the user did not give Philip, you gave another thing? Then I will use if this dot I is 3. If it is a third index is the last index, na? If it is a third index, then change karo. This dot I equals to 0. I value फिर शुरू से होता. When I value 0 बोले तो again प्रसाद आ जाता. Right or not? And also change the disabled button. This dot is disabled equals to false. Go here. Go to my code. Prasad. First, second, third, fourth. Oh, शेखर आ रहा है. क्योंकि ये 0 हो रहा है. Still printing it. So -1 करो. Then it will become correct. Go here. Prasad, Shekhar, John, Philip, फिर प्रसाद, फिर शेखर, फिर John, फिर Philip, फिर प्रसाद. The moment you reach the Philip, automatically it became disabled. It became enabled. See, first time only it got enabled. There is nothing new here. You all know if loop. But people are thinking the moment they are saying it array. Look, the moment you are seeing, some people write it literally if this dot n equals to Prasad, else if this dot n equals to Shekhar, if this dot n equals to John, that's wrong. Why? Take my program. Did I ever equal anything Prasad? Did I ever use name Shekhar directly? Did I ever use name John directly? Did I ever use name Philip directly? No. Why? Because sir, if in that array you put any names, in that array, instead of Prasad, Shekhar, John, Philip, put any names. My program will work. Right or not? Will your program works if you change the names? And that is important. Because when you are building something, it should work. Someone is like, why -1? Because next time when you call that method, it will become +1. -1 plus 1 will become 0. So that Prasad value will come. If you start with 0, na, then again Shekhar it will come. Simple. Online, does anyone have any doubts, ma? It is not only about the event. Data binding is very simple. I explained it earlier only. But this is not only about data binding. This is about logical building. How you will build your application logically, that is more important than the data binding. Any doubts here? Online, anyone have any question, ma? Run it one time on your own. Can you try one more example logically? If I give, can you try one more example this time? If I give logically, will you try? Someone is like, show me the output. This is simple. See, first, second, third, the moment Philip again. See, tell me exactly which line you did not get it. Please run it one by one on your mind. If you are not the person who don't run your code on your mind, it will never understand. what you did. Okay, someone is asking what is line number 17. Line number 17 bole to dekho. The moment you are getting Philip, it will stop na. The moment you are getting Philip, that means Philip is like 0 index, first index, second index, third index. Then if you are getting third index, if I value is 3, then write it this particular logic. That's what checking the condition. Sir, the second button is not desirable. I did it now. Originally, second button is disabled. Whenever you go to Philip, automatically it will become enabled. See? False. It will become enabled. Explain line number 18. Someone is asking. Dekho. You have here I value. Originally, I value is 0. 0 means, what is 0 means? What will come, sir? What is 0 means? Prasad. Everyone tell me. What is 0 means? Prasad. Now, if I go here, one more time, increment. Now, what is the value? Shaker. Now, next one. What is the value? John. Now, what is the value? Philip. Now, interesting point is, sir, if you are, whenever your Philip is coming, I value 3, if I make I value, imagine I'm making I value 0. Imagine I'm making I value 0. Next time when I go here, first what I'm doing? I plus plus na? 0 will become what? 1. If it is becoming 1, what is the answer it will print? Shaker. Is it printing, Prasad? That is why I said it like, whenever you reach Philip, make it -1. Now bolo. Now whenever it starts, it will become -1 plus plus. -1 plus plus bole to? -1 plus plus bole to? 0. -1 plus 1 raise 0. Then automatically what is 0 value? Are you getting online? Did you get it my logic na? Online, did you get my logic? This is not something big logic. All you have to do is think chota. Simple. Simple. Now, good. Next one, sir. Next one, sir. Now, I will give you one more task before we leave. I will give you one more task. Think clearly. This time, think it clearly. Sir, good. Okay, Nandakumar, that is really good. That is good. Now, try it here. Now, I will put here. This time, I will give here. I will give here 2 buttons. 2, 3. This is a simple game. Everyone, listen to game. Game is very simple. I will give here 2 buttons. How many buttons? 2 buttons. Now, originally there is a value called 0. What is the original value? Anyone have doubt in how to print this? Everyone can do this, na? Now, आराम से सुनो. If you click 2, 0 को add 2 होता. 0 plus 2. If I click one more time 2, what it will become? If I click one more 2, what it will become? If I click one more 2, what it will become? Any doubts? Any doubts here? No. Simple. Now, if I click this 3, then whatever the value is there, for that 3 will be added. Imagine already here 4 is there. First, I clicked 2. I clicked 2 once. 2. One more time I clicked 4. One time I clicked 3. What it is? 7. Any doubts here? One more time I click 3. 10. one time I click 2. कोई doubt है इसमें? No. There is one more button. This button, only even. This button will become enable. If answer is even, this button will come. This button will be enabled. If answer is not even, button will become disabled. For odd, button will disable. Disable for odd. Simple game. Game is like, one more time I'm telling it. Let's play one more time, everyone. Let's play one more time. Initially 0. 0 is even or odd one? I think everyone knows how to check even order. Is 0 is even or odd? Even na? So button is enabled. Button is enabled. That means you can click the button. Nice. Button is working. Now I clicked 3. I clicked 3. 0 plus 3, 3. Then button will become, if I click one more 3, 6. What it will become? Enable na? If I click it one more 3, disabled. If I click 2, like that I want you to play. Okay? Is it clear? Anyone have doubts in this game? Online, anyone have doubts in this game? Online, is it clear the question ma? Online, are you there? Online, are everyone there? Question clear? You can note it down, question clearly. I am not asking answer now. Aram se think, whole day think. Think whole day. It will take it like 10 minutes only, I'm sure. I want answer tomorrow. Put it in Netlify. Put it in Netlify. How to put it in Netlify? Just click ng build. After your code is over, ng build. You will get one folder, dist folder. Inside that there will be a folder browser. Upload that browser folder into Netlify website, you will get it. I want to see what solution you will make. Tomorrow bring me to this game. If possible, put it nice interactive one. Colors or something like animation or something kind of whatever CSS you know, add it. Question is like, game, if I click 2, it will add 2. 0 plus 2, 2. If I add 3, then 2 plus 3, 8. Every time it will become plus plus. 0 plus 2 plus 3. So total, what is the answer now? 5. 5 means it will become disabled because it's odd. If you understand that now, you can put it to so many other numbers also. 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you want it, you can put it. Okay. Online, any doubts here, ma? Every code whichever I done or the notes whatever we wrote it, those things will be there in the GitHub. You can take it from my GitHub. Notes link I will share it one more time in the online, and offline also I will show it to you one more time. Take it from the GitHub, the code. We did the same repetition only. Whatever yesterday we did, same data binding only I repeated. Okay, we are going slowly, no worries. We will do two-way data binding and pipes tomorrow. Okay, we will do slowly because initial times. I want everyone to try, because if you try it first application now, next it will be very easy. Online, Paramesh tried that logic. There is a simple wrong in that logic. Check it one more time. Paramesh, your logic is toda wrong. Just check it one more time. Make it something more good. That one chota small thing. Now anyway, good. Let me give you the link to the people whoever don't have. Now, this is the link, sir. Online, I'm giving it. In this link, code will be there. Online I'm giving this link to everyone. I will give this link to everyone. You can take it from there. Now, if anyone wants to try, sir, I wanted to build this application, then go to the specific folder. Dekho, I am inside the Angular 2 PM. Go to the code, go to the CD, data, binding, one way. I am going into specific folder, type it ng build. Automatically you will get the dist folder and upload into the browser. All I want you to try it 1 week mark. According to the Malcolm Gladwell book, link, it is good way to practice anything for 21 days. If you practice anything in your life 21 days, that will become habit to you. It will become a part of you. If you practice anything for 100 days, that will become a skill to you. If you practice anything for 10,000 hours, that will become master to you. You are a master in that. So try to do it. Anything. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you all, ma. Online. ऑनलाइन कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछो माँ ऑनलाइन और ऑफलाइन online anyone have question you can mention it ma offline also any question you can mention it if no question you can leave ma offline